Hello everyone and welcome back to Tea Time with Aloha and Coco. I'm Vicky. If you're new around here, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below to be part of the Tea Time family. So guys, today is a video all about two things. One, what I got on my cruise, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't get very many things. I think it was more about experiences this time around. I really didn't go crazy shopping, but I'm gonna show you what I got. And then the second thing is, a lot of you guys keep asking me updates on my phone. Did I ever find it? I had so many of you guys who work at different phone companies reach out to me and ask, was your phone this company? I had people who work at Apple reach out to me. I had an abundant amount of messages of people truly concerned about my phone, trying to help me recuperate basically recuperate photos and videos that I lost. Thank you so much. So before I get started, I bought this dress for the cruise and I got so many compliments on it because it's like a little baby doll dress. It's like really short, but it has like the bubble effect for the arms and it buttons all the way to the top. So it's like so elegant. You could dress it up with a nice pump, some nice pearl accessories. I'm wearing a pearl headband, so it looks really nice dressed up, but you can also do like a little bit of an open collar, wear some gladiator sandals, a nice little boho bag, and you look so cute for the daytime. So I'm gonna link this dress below so you guys can pick it up if you want it. Again, it's from Amazon, fairly inexpensive, and I got a lot of compliments on it on the cruise. Anyways, so I'm gonna get started with story time, and then I'll just take breaks in between to kind of show you guys items that I bought throughout that story timeline. So anyways, we started off the cruise on, I believe it was June 10th. It was Saturday, and this cruise was the Harmony of the Seas. We were going to be going to, the first day, obviously we're at sea because we're boarding. Then it was the next day, literally we got there on Saturday. Sunday, it was Coco Cay. If you don't know what Coco Cay is, it's a private island that belongs to Royal Caribbean. I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful location. It is in the Bahamas, and Royal Caribbean just took this land and they made it like theme park-esque. They have beautiful cabanas. So Coco Cay is just magnificent. We've been there 2 times to Coco Cay in particular. And the first time the waters were infested with jellyfish. So just keep that in mind if you're going during the holiday season, November, December, anything past summer, you're going to expect jellyfish in the water. And this time around when we went to Coco Cay, it was a beautiful day, but then shortly after arriving, it was like a huge storm. So there was a lot of rain, thunder. So it was kind of like, man, we can't catch a break at Coco Cay. Both times we rented cabanas, which I highly recommend just because it's a controlled atmosphere. Now, as I stated, both times we had cabanas. The first time it was so incredibly beneficial. We were staying in the Star Class suites. So it was just so much fun because literally everything that there was there was for free. We had drinks for free, we had food for free, everything was for free. This time around, we had to pay for drinks, but the food was included. And the food is like spectacular, the food is. The menu is incredible, everything from like lobster to filet mignon, to everything you can imagine is on that menu. So it's great to have a cabana because you're under a roof. You have a little shower where you pull the little the little cord and fresh water refreshes you. You have a little mini fridge, you have a sink, you're under this little roof. You have Wi-Fi that you can connect to, Bluetooth you can connect to. Bluetooth, I don't know about Wi-Fi, but Bluetooth you can connect to, and you can have music playing. It's just amazing. Now, for the actual experience at Coco Cay, there's many options. It's not just the cabanas. They have a private beach. They have a restaurant there where you can get the food that we were eating in the cabanas. They have a water park. You buy tickets and you can go to the water park. Other than that, you have the open beach that you can partake in. It doesn't cost any money for that. You can sit, by the water. It's really, really, really nice. It's a great experience. I recommend taking a cruise that will take you there because I feel like it's just a controlled atmosphere. And if you're looking for that, paradise oasis where you can just sit by the water, relax, Coco Cay is definitely that place. You're literally right there. They have a little tram that picks you up from the front of the ship, takes you to the beaches, then they pick you up from the beaches, they take you back to the cruise. So it's just such easy accessibility to that you know, kind of like oasis paradise kind of thing that people look for when they're cruising, that vacation. So I recommend it. Another tidbit of information, if you're planning on getting the actual cabanas, you have to be mindful that the cabanas have a max capacity. I can't remember off the top of my head how many. We have had to rent 2 cabanas because the number of people, we usually travel with 11, 12 people. So the max number of people, we surpassed that. So we have to do 2 cabanas. I'm thinking it's around 7 or 8. Excuse me, it's usually around 7 or 8. Don't quote me on it, look it up on the website, but it's usually around 7 or 8. So anywho, we get back on the ship at 5 p.m. Well, no, lies. We got back on the ship at 2 p.m. even though the all-call was 5 because I had an appointment for me and both of my girls at the salon. Now, this is another tip I'm going to offer women, men who have long hair, and children. My recommendation is if you really want to do something that is going to be relaxing for you and is going to save you time and effort, put $100 aside and go do your hair at the salon. I despise having to wash and blow dry my hair and both of my daughter's hairs on a cruise. First of all, I don't like carrying shampoo on the ship because I feel like it's just a waste of space in my luggage. They have shampoo on board. It's not the best, but they have it. The blow dryer, however, it spits like air out. I hate it. So I don't take shampoo and I don't take my blow dryer. I have very long hair. My hair goes down to my waist. Both of my daughter's hair, it goes way past their waist. It takes me approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes on each of our heads for me to wash and blow dry. And that is with the good shampoo I have at home and the good blow dryer I have at home. It takes me forever. So you can imagine on a cruise in a tiny room, when you start blow drying, the heat that room gets when you're blow drying your hair, the heat is unfathomable. So I decided many years ago, that is it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna save the money and I'm gonna go to the salon. We're in and out, all 3 of us, in 1 hour. Back in January, I said, new year, new me. You know what we always say. Anyways, I went and I got my hair done with my friend Monica. She's spectacular. I love the way she colored my hair. I left with like this white ash blonde. And then with time, I mean, we're 6 months in and my hair is like this, I don't even know what to color because it's not white anymore, but it's not yellow. It's like beautiful, like a beautiful blonde. Well, whatever. With dyeing your hair, with processing it, comes like knots and things that you have to like consistently be taking care of. So when I went to the salon on the ship, the lady was like, it's really hard to comb through your hair, you have a lot of knots. So I'm gonna recommend this, it's basically like a hair mask. So she said, put this on, you wash your hair with your regular shampoo, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this on as like the leave-in conditioner. Like you're gonna put it on, and then when you're done showering, you just rinse it out. So I bought it, but she used it on me twice. Now this particular hair mask was, I believe, $70. But like I said, she used it on me twice and the results were pretty incredible. Like I didn't have to iron my hair. She just blow dried it and it gave like this sleek ironed hair look, which I really loved. And my hair was super soft after it. So like I said, I don't know what's in this product. I haven't even bothered reading the back because like everything is damaged. Everything is horrible in this world. So I haven't even bothered, but I used it twice and it worked. My hair looked really, really healthy. It looked, it was soft. It was fluffy. It was all that. So I picked this up. This is the first purchase I made on the cruise. After I was done at the salon, I headed downstairs to the promenade. The promenade is probably my #1 favorite place in the entire ship. In the promenade, you have everything from pizza, literally almost all day. You have a little cafe. I loved to sit at the promenade because you can just people watch and you see people. One of my favorite things is to sit in the promenade and watch people try to hide ducks. If you haven't done hiding ducks, if you haven't done cruising ducks, you basically take the little rubber duckies. I've seen people do all sorts. The rubber duckies, the big giant duckies. I've seen them do like the little beaded duckies. I've seen magnets of ducks and people hide it all over the ship. When you find the ducks, you can either keep them for yourself or you can hide them again. But you put a little tag on where the duck is coming from. It's super fun activity. Anyways, back on track. Also in the promenade, in this particular ship, Harmony of the Seas, they have a Kate Spade. Now they used to have a lot more Kate Spade pieces. It used to be like all the new stuff that Kate Spade would release, they would have it on board. Little by little, you're going to start to see, or you've already started to see, if you're a regular cruiser, started to see that that's kind of changed. They do have Kate Spade pieces, but they've also incorporated, you know, like cruise ship brands. So they'll have like the straw hats, they'll have tote bags, they'll have towels. It's not a true Kate Spade store anymore. It used to be just Kate Spade. Now they've definitely incorporated things to kind of fill the shelving. But anyways, I spotted this beautiful piece and I had to have it. I'm not a Little Mermaid fan. I've never been a Little Mermaid fan, but suddenly I'm into the Little Mermaid. I don't know why, but I found this. It is a card holder. It has one pocket in the front. It has a pocket on the top, and then it has two pockets towards the back. The little white dots you see are actually crystals and they glisten. They're really, really pretty. This was $88. I'm not 100% sure that I paid $88. I probably paid a little bit less. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but with the other pieces, the price tag that it had on, that's what it was. Because you know, sometimes you go to the store and you see items like this and the price tag says like 100, but it's really like 75% off. I don't know. They were having a sale, so that's why I'm not 100% sure on how much I spent on it. So we go to bed that night, we have dinner, we go to bed. The next morning we have to wake up early because we are in Cozumel, Mexico. So we get ready, we get off the ship, and there's a middle point between where you get off. It's like a little plaza. You get off the ship, it's a little plaza, and then the plaza has like taxis lined up, and you take those taxis to go to either the beaches or shopping or whatever. In that plaza, I came across these items. Absolutely obsessed with it. I love it because you can use it for a bag. You can use it for like the rear view mirror. These are little tiny tassels, and it's like Frida almost. Not free, Frida Kahlo. Anyways, so we got this baby blue one for myself. I put it on my purse, and I had it on my purse, and everybody was obsessed with it. Then this purple one is Aloha's. This pink one is Coco's. They're so cute. And then Aloha asked for this one as well, which is really pretty because she looks almost Polynesian, because this looks like a straw skirt, and this looks like the floral crowns that are very traditional to the Polynesian, like that culture. And she fell in love with it because she says it looks like her, because she's like a little Hawaiian girl because of her name. So she loved this one, so she got this one as well. This was, I like to say, they were selling them for $20, 20 American, like 20 US dollars each. But there's a lot of the times you can kind of like negotiate price tags with certain areas, because, and another thing I'm gonna tell you, never buy as soon as you get off the ship. Like in that plaza, always wait. And the reason for it is because they hike up prices on absolutely everything. You leave that place and you go into like Mexico, and everything is like 10 times cheaper. So I bought these because I really love them and I didn't see them anywhere else. As I was saying, so they were selling them for about $20 in that little mart, that little plaza. But I think that because we bought so many, I think we got it for maybe $10, $12 each. And in that same plaza, because I'm very impatient, I wanted them to make the girls and myself these little bracelets, you know, the ones that they literally put your name on them. I love these. I actually got mine done. I'm telling you, my trip to Mexico was disastrous. I got one done and I had it say Dior. And I did like all the pastel colors in pink. It looked just like the Dior bracelets that are just like this. It looked just like that. But as soon as it landed in my hand, I put it in my bag. I took my bracelet out of my bag that I got on the cruise. All of the string had fallen apart. So I lost this too. The girls came out really cute. Coco went with like the lilacs and the light pinks, and Aloha wanted glitter and rainbow and sparkles, like a unicorn she wanted. So they made this for both of the girls. These were $15 each. But as soon as we stepped foot out of the plaza, and again, it's because I'm not patient, because I break my own rules. As soon as we stepped foot out of the plaza, there was a lady making them for $6. $6. And she's like, are you having trouble with the $6? Because I could reduce it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm just in shock that I paid $15 for the first one. It's not your price. Trust me. It's not your price. We get in a taxi cab. After that plaza, get in a taxi cab, go to downtown. So we are currently in the taxi. We drive to Cinco Soles. We're shopping there. The girls each get like a Barbie or like a little doll. I can show you that if you want. Let me show you that. Aloha spotted this little mermaid. It's Little Mermaid. She ended up getting it free, and I'll tell you why. So this doll I think was $10. Coco wanted this Mexican Barbie. It's literally a Mexican Barbie, but this was $37. $10, $37. Coco is not one to, like, just because she's in a store, she won't just say she wants something. She has to love it. So she's like, please, please, please let me get this. This is the only thing I want. I'm not gonna get anything else on the cruise. But, you know, you're on a vacation, you wanna like please your kids, you want them to be like excited. So we got her this doll. But we were very adamant because we're like, wait, $37. Like you can get a Barbie in Miami for $9.99 at Target. So the lady that is helping us there at Cinco Soles, she goes, you know what, we're going to drop $10 off of this doll, which is basically this doll. So we ended up paying $37 for this doll, but this one, $10 were taken off, which is what it cost. So for $37, we got both of their dolls and they were happy. Aloha ended up getting, remember that I told you that Aloha got an extra one of these that Coco didn't? So it was kind of like fair game. So this is what they got at Cinco Soles. Coco loves this doll. Like, she says, I have the perfect daughter for her at home. So we're walking past a whole bunch of stores, again in the downtown, like the shopping area. And we come across a trend that we're seeing at literally every store, and it's painted fedoras. Now, this is not to say that this has never been done in Mexico, but literally every store is carrying these hand-painted fedoras. And these hand-painted fedoras are literally one of a kind each because they're hand-painted. There was one I was after, which was a hummingbird. I ended up leaving it because I was like, do you really need it? I was like, I don't. So I left it. But my mom spotted these for the girls and she ended up getting them. So Tinkerbell looks weird on camera. It looks really pretty in person, but on camera, it looks a little bit odd. Well, there was Tinkerbell, there was a whole bunch of Disney characters. So she got this one thinking Coco would want this one. And she got Stitch for Aloha thinking Aloha would want it. No, they wanted the opposite. So this Ohana one with the, you know, the Polynesian flower and Stitch went to Coco. So we walk out of that store and we see, what do you call it? Las Palmas restaurant, which is a delicious Mexican restaurant, authentic Mexican restaurant. We go in, we have lunch, we leave the restaurant and it starts raining. And we're like, we better take a taxi cab back because it is a very lengthy walk. We took a car and it took us about 10, 15 minutes to get to, get back on the cruise. So it was very, very, very lengthy. And in there, I take out my phone, my brand new iPhone, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like record kind of like not the skyline, but like the cruises on the ocean because you can see it from a distance, it looks beautiful. Let me record. Now at this point, my husband is carrying my bag. He's in the taxi, but he put the bag next to him. So in these big taxis, you have like the driver and the passenger, you have one row, you have a second row, you have a third row. So my mother and my father were in the first, the driver and the passenger. My parents were in the first row. My husband was by himself in the second row. So he sat there, he put my bag and all of the bags of the things that we had purchased. And I sat in the back with both of the girls. So since he had my bag and I had my phone in my hand, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my phone on my lap. So I recorded, I put it on my lap. We get to the stop, which is the taxi cabs that you can call in that plaza that I talked to you guys about when you get off the ship. And I get up. When I get up, I hear a thump. I thought it was the girls taking off the seatbelt. And you know when you take off those metal seatbelts and you throw it, you hear like that sound? That's what I thought it was. I think nothing of it. I take both of the girls and my family, my parents get off, my husband gets off, and then I go in front of the girls, I get one of the girls and I hand Coco to my husband, then I hand Aloha to my husband, and I always get back in the taxi and I look at all the chairs, I look at everything to make sure we got everything. The phone was on the floor. My phone was a plum colored brand new iPhone 14 Pro Max. So you could not tell the difference between the back of the phone and the black floor. I, for a moment, had like this laps. I don't know what I had, but in my mind, since I didn't have the phone in my hands, the phone was still in the purse. Go through the security checkpoint, get on the ship, we get to our room. All this time, I'm thinking my phone is in my bag. I'm not taking it out because since we're going through security, because since I'm with both of the girls, I don't pay attention to anything. When I'm with my girls, like I'm paying attention to my kids. The only way I'm recording is if the girls are literally attached to my husband and I'm able to record. Like, I'm with the girls right now because my husband's carrying everything. He's helping my parents with their stuff. So my focus is I have both of my girls. I don't pay attention to anything else. So we get to the room. We're boiling hot, like we're sweating. And I say to my husband, okay, so let's just go to the promenade and relax for a little bit. We have dinner in a while. Maybe we can just sit down, relax, and we'll get back, shower, and get ready for dinner. So I go to take out my phone to start editing because the videos are lengthy. All of a sudden, have you ever felt like the chills, like you're not hot, you're not cold anymore, the chills just run through your body and you start getting nervous? I open my bag and all of a sudden I hear the thump back in my head and I'm like, that was my phone. That wasn't the seatbelt. That was my phone. I got numb. And the reason I got numb, there's many reasons. And I don't want people to think like, oh, she lost her phone, like, you know, how materialistic. No. This is a computer. Essentially, this is a computer. This is a very expensive computer. This is something that my husband got for me because number one, he knows how much I love to take pictures of my kids. My kids are everything to me. So I take pictures of my kids consistently. I record for my YouTube channel all the time. I edit on this computer. Like all my work, all of my memories are there. Please keep in mind, I am in the business of media productions. I'm in the business of creating videos, not just for my pleasure, which is my YouTube channel, but this is what my job entails. Recording videos, editing, not, like I said, not just for my YouTube channel, but for my actual work, like what I do. So I just lost a computer. I just lost my work, like everything. Chills ran across my body and I told my husband I left my phone in Mexico. So he goes, "You're lying." And I said, "No, and I started crying. And my poor husband, let me tell you, I have the best husband in the world. My God, is that like the most amazing man in the world. Anyways, my husband runs to his phone and he tries to find my iPhone app, like to try to locate my phone. A couple of things are happening at this point. Number one of the biggest questions I got was just track your phone. You should have, like, do you have Wi-Fi? The first day we got on the ship, as soon as we got on the ship, it's very important for you guys to know, as soon as you get on the ship, make sure you purchase the Wi-Fi. We waited a little bit. We did it eventually on the first day, but we waited a little bit. What happened? When it was time for my phone to back up at night that I plugged it in, it never backed up. So I lost everything. My phone never backed up the entire time we were on the cruise. So from, I think it was the 9th, from the 9th on, it didn't back up because I didn't have the Wi-Fi right away. So it didn't work. When we finally got the internet of the ship, it was mediocre internet. It wasn't the best, it did its job. So my phone never backed up. As I get off the ship, my first initial thought is put your phone on airplane mode, and you don't want to be charged like those overages or those roaming or whatever you call it when you're like in a different place that is not like the US. Like, you don't want to be charged for any of that. So my husband says, okay, don't leave your phone on airplane mode. I will use mine. So if we get charged any of that roaming or any of that like outside of the US, those fees, it'll be on my phone and not both of ours. Regardless, I'm with you, so it doesn't really matter. Use your phone so that you can record, and we'll use mine if we need to use the internet. So we stuck with that. So he's trying to locate my phone, but it's on airplane mode and there's no Wi-Fi. So my phone cannot be located anywhere. So my husband and I drop off my girls with my parents and we run back to Mexico. When I say we ran back to Mexico, we ran and we stayed where the taxis were for over an hour waiting. I am a very emotional person. That's something that I've always been. Coco got that from me. Aloha's not like that. Aloha's a very, she's very strong. She's very logical. Coco got that from me. I think emotionally. I cry for everything, and not because I want to. It's just that I'm a very emotional being. more so than most. So I get to the taxis and I start crying, and I tell them, like, my husband is trying to explain to him everything, and I just start crying. And the one of the gentlemen that was there in the taxis, he goes, "Don't worry, we're gonna try our best to help you." So the gentleman is asking questions, you know, any details you can give us about this taxi, about the driver, anything that can help us. And all of a sudden it clicks, and I'm like, wait, you know what? The rear view mirror, his rear view mirror had 4 or 5 pictures of his grandchildren on it. I can't remember if it was his, I mean, I don't know if it was his children or his grandchildren, but I can't remember how many there were in total. I just know that there was like approximately 5 pictures, and they were little squares, like passport style, and they were his children or grandchildren. So the man got on the intercom radio thing. He's like, you know, habían ciertas fotos de los nietos o de los hijos. Por favor, si están oyendo este mensaje, el auto que lo dejó, they didn't call it an auto, what do they call it? La camioneta tenía 6 fotos o 5 fotos de los nietos, basically saying the automobile had 5-6 photos of the children or grandchildren. If this fits your cab's description, please radio us back. We were there for over an hour. No one answered. At this point, I know I'm never gonna find my phone. The only way I'm gonna find my phone is if I'm able to track my iPhone or find my iPhone and track a specific location where this taxi is at, hop on a taxi myself and drive towards that location. Because once I see that bus, I'm gonna be able to identify that bus, and I'm gonna be able to get back on it and get my phone. But we didn't have, my phone was not on Wi-Fi, so it was on airplane mode, so I couldn't do anything about it. At this point, we get back on the ship. I can tell you, I'm sad. I'm borderline depressed. Why? Again, you know, this is for me not just a phone. It's not just a phone. This is photo albums. This is pictures of my children since the day they were born. This to me is my camcorder. Imagine that you lose, at like this day and age, we don't have what our parents had, that were like all the photo albums, like the wedding albums, like the videos of like our wedding and you know, our baby showers and all that. Like that doesn't, like, we don't have that anymore. We don't have the VHSs. This device is what holds all that. So at that moment in time, I lost wedding pictures. I lost my baby's birth. I lost you know, anniversaries, all of these milestones for my kids, although I have it on the cloud. But at that moment, that shock, that initial shock, is I lost my everything. It is what it is. My husband continues the whole remaining days of the ship. This was day 4 when it happened. So my husband spent day 4, 5, 6, and 7 on his phone, like trying to track it, trying to see. Nothing, guys. Absolutely nothing. Day 4, when I got to the cruise, and then my husband goes on and he goes, "Okay, babe, don't get too worried. Let's see when my iPhone, backed up images and videos, because, you know, if my iPhone backed it up, chances are your iPhone backed it up." So he goes into his storage or whatever, his iCloud, and it says that the last day that everything was backed up on his phone was on the 9th, which is the day before we got on the cruise, which means the 10th, the first day of the cruise, all the vlogs, everything I did, lost. Because if his did it that way, chances are mine's did it that way. But fingers crossed, because we don't know yet. When we get back to Miami, we find out. So we carry about our day. Day 4 passes. I'm literally not in the mood for anything. Whatever. I get back to the room, I go to sleep. Day 5, I wake up and my husband's like, "Babe, just take my phone and just relax today." Because he knew how stressful it was for me, especially since I had spent all of day 1, all of day 2, and all of day 3, and Mexico, all 4 days literally recording. And then I would stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, editing my videos so that I would have them ready. So as soon as I got back to Miami, I can upload to YouTube. So later that day, I take his iPhone and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to record day 5. Let me try. But I can tell, like in the videos, you could just tell that I was not into it. I was just kind of like upset, and I was like, you know, I just want to be with like the girls. I'm just gonna be with the girls. Really, I'm just not in the mood. So I dropped the phone, and the whole day I just spent it with the girls and with my husband, and we're just like walking around. By the end of the day, I kind of feel like not free, because my mind was still wandering, but I was definitely very present. Like recording behind a lens, you're seeing it you know, a certain way, and then being there live in person, it's definitely an experience. So that was kind of like, it's not so bad. Like I'm okay. Like, really nothing is wrong. So I figured, you know what? Let me just enjoy myself, because it is, at the end of the day, it is just a phone. At the end of the day, everything was backed up until the cruise. Like, I'm not going to, like, it's not going to be something that's detrimental to me not having some footage from the cruise. I will be fine, you know, just, and then my husband goes, listen, just get yourself back up and keep going. Things like this happen, and you know, you can either let this be an example and like keep going, or you can let this destroy you, and there's really no need. I was like, I have to stop. Like, I can't let, like, this can't be what destroys our vacation. Anyways, I started vlogging day 6 and started vlogging day 7, but on day 6 I was much more relaxed. I was much more at peace with what had happened, and my mom shows up and she's like, I bought you something. So on the cruise, they have pop-up sales on the promenade. It could be anything from like a Louis Vuitton, like they have like a second-hand section, and you'll see, you already saw that in the previous vlog. I'll link it below if you want. But they have a like a second-hand section with Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and the bags look impressive. Like they're like in mint condition. But they also have pop-up areas where they have like shawls and hats. And my mom got me this hat. Take this off, and I thought it was just like the cutest thing. It has like the little seashells, and I ended up getting this before, like for the cruise. It's like a pearl necklace. This is from Target. So the hat is, it's super cute. It has the shells, it has like a little gold chain, and it has like a brown little string with the beading, and then inside it has a string so you can adjust to your head size. I loved it, and since I bought this in Target the week before the cruise, this one was $8. The hat was either 15 or 20, I can't remember. But it was just, it went so perfectly. I never ended up wearing it, but I'll wear it later on. And then in the same trip to the promenade where my mom found me and gave me the hat, I went with my daughters and I was like, girls, let's do BFF bracelets. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. So we ended up getting these bracelets. Now this is a section in the cruise where they have a whole bunch of chains, like different styles in silver and gold plated, and it's $3 per inch. You can make it a necklace, you can make it an anklet, you can make it a bracelet. I'm sure you can make it like a belly chain, but we went with the little starfish. Look at how cute that is. Now it's approximately, like I said, $3 per inch. Approximately, no, it's $3 per inch. This bracelet alone was probably about $12, maybe 16, I mean 15, and then the clasp I believe is $7. Like they'll go ahead and they'll do it for you, but to add the clasp it's about $7. So for me, Aloha, and Coco, and they also measure you there to make sure it's the right size. I think it was about $60 for all 3 of us, if I'm not mistaken. My mom saw it, and my sister saw it, and my grandma saw it, and then they went and got the same bracelet. So all of us have the BFF. Like we're instead of mother-daughter bracelets, now we're calling it the generation bracelet, because all of our generations have it now. And it's really, really pretty. It's super delicate, and I absolutely love it. This was a great idea. I love the concept that we came up with, because it's not just BFF like in school, but like a mother-daughter, like a generational bracelet. We've been using it nonstop. We use it every day, and already you can start to see little imperfections, like little scratches and like little scuffs. So the intention is there, but I love that we got to do this together. They're little starfish to represent the cruise. They had it in silver as well. I just loved it. This is probably my favorite thing that we got on the cruise. This is my favorite thing that we got on the cruise. Lastly, during an art auction at Park West on the cruise, I auctioned for this sketched Tweety signed with the Warner Brothers Studios numbers at the bottom. It was perfect. So anyways, day 7 came around. I went and I got a massage. Another thing I highly recommend on the cruise. So far there's 4 things I recommend. The first one, cabana. Second thing is do your hair at the salon, just a regular wash and blow dry. Do that at the salon. It saves you time and you get to relax. Number 3, what's number 3? I'm there talking about, oh, the internet. Make sure you get the internet. And number 4, I highly recommend this bracelet. Oh, then there's 5, because the 5th one I have was to get a massage on the ship. Now, when you go get a massage, they're usually gonna try to sell you products. I usually I'll say like I already have it, because I probably do. I've purchased things at the spa before, but I'm really not interested. I just go to be relaxed. So I'll usually be like, nah. The next morning, day 8, we arrived back to Miami, and although I had completely not forgotten about my phone, but although I had just said, you know, it's a loss and it is what it is, I still had that thought in the back of my head, like, did somebody actually like take it, or is it still in the taxi? So we come home, I get back to Miami, I come home, I get my iPad and I start tracking my phone. One of two things happened. Either the person is completely oblivious to there being a phone in the car and it's miraculously connecting to Wi-Fi, or maybe the person got the phone, took it off of airplane mode, and is trying to connect it to different Wi-Fis. Now, the only way that can happen is if they unlock the phone to try to connect it. So because they can't unlock the phone, I think that what's happening is that they took it off of airplane mode, and then anywhere that you're able to connect to a Wi-Fi without a password, my phone is connected. And every like 3-4 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, like every so often, I get an alert on my iPad, your phone has been detected. And so when I go in, you can see it literally going from the port to like this house, then to like this farmland, and like it's constantly traveling, and it picks up certain areas where there's like free Wi-Fi. So like in the port where they have the plaza, you know, gas stations, things like that. So clearly someone has it. Now, I've had like I said in the beginning of the video, I've had so many of you guys reach out to me. People who work for my, like, I guess you call it the wireless carrier, like the person who provides service to me. People who work in that specific one have called me. They've messaged me. They said, make sure you do this. Make sure you don't do that. If you do this, this and this and this is gonna happen. So I have been listening and taking advice from so many of you guys. I needed a phone. I could not be without a phone. Unfortunately, we live in a day and age where we don't have house phones, so it's not like easily accessible. So I had to get a phone. So what did I do? I had to go back to Apple, and I had to purchase another phone. Was it an ideal situation? No, because I just got the other iPhone. Like this was definitely very stressful, but I was able to get another phone, which is a blessing in itself. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's the story. I was able to salvage some tiny clips I shared on Instagram, if you don't follow me already, at Tea Time with Aloha Coco, because what I ended up doing was I would film reels and I would just save it in my drafts. And if I can share anything with you guys from this video, I know it was like a very lengthy story time, but I really do hope that you guys stick around and hear everything, and I hope that you get something from this video. Be very vigilant of your items. Make sure that if you're gonna take a phone, make sure they use a waterproof case. Make sure it has a strap for your body. Be mindful. It is what it is. I lost my phone. I know I'm not gonna get it back. I have a new one. I know I lost my footage. I lost my video. I'm not gonna get that back. But I guess I had to learn a lesson to just be mindful. And if you stuck around to the very end, here are my recommendations for cruising. I already told you that I had 5 must-dos. As far as restaurants, you have to do the following restaurants. You have to do Izumi, the hibachi. It's very good. You have to do 150 Central Park or Chops Grill. I prefer Chops Grill. You gotta do the peppercorn sauce on that filet mignon. Another restaurant we love is Jamie's Italian. And if you are on the Symphony of the Seas, Hooked is our favorite. From all of the restaurants I mentioned, if you are on the Symphony of the Seas, Hooked is our #1 choice from all the cruise line specialty restaurants. So make sure you try that. As far as cruising goes, I'm still a big fan of the Oasis class cruise ships for Royal Caribbean. Anything before that really is not cool. Now there's a total of 6 Oasis class ships. We're starting with the Oasis of the Seas, which is the eldest. So Oasis, Allure, there's Harmony, Symphony, there's Icon, which is coming out, and Utopia, which is coming out in 2024. So there's 6 Oasis class ships. very incredible. As far as shows on these ships is concerned, I think the Oasis of the Seas, I don't know because I haven't been on the Oasis in a couple of trips, but the Oasis usually has like the Madagascar performance over in the Aqua Theater. I don't know if it's still going on, but I like that one. In the Symphony of the Seas, I love this Broadway style performance. It's called Flight. It is by far my favorite show I've ever seen on any ship, and I've seen a lot. Flight is my number one. They also have another amazing ice skating show on the Symphony of the Seas, and they have Hairspray on the Symphony of the Seas. The Hairspray show is okay, it's cute. The Harmony of the Seas has some ice skating show. There's like a year, it's like 17 something. I really didn't care for it. And it has Grease. Grease is very strong. It's very strong for kids. So my recommendation is don't take your kids to that. So guys, this has been a very long story time. I also shared all the things that we got on the ship. As you saw, I really didn't get much. It was more experiences for us. And I shared a couple of tips on restaurants and shows. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you stuck around for the whole time. Thank you so much for all of your concern with my phone and with my footage. It really meant a lot to me. I felt crazy for feeling this way. And when all of you guys reach out and you're like, no, it's completely normal. Like your life is on that phone. Then I was like, yeah, you're right. You know, it's justifiable. Anyways, thank you guys so much for following along. Don't forget to click like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Tea Time with Aloha and Coco. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.